we right there, leak auto repair. I know everybody be like, dang, where he been at? He don't be making videos no more. But listen, through the pandemic and everything, hope everybody cool, whatever. But I've been working. We've been working. Us bros, we've been working. We've been grinding. We've been getting it in. And that's what we doing. So we just gonna jump to you. I got questions. Y'all want where my whereabouts? Y'all know to follow me on Instagram. And then too, leave a comment, email me, whatever. 2014 Honda Accord with the V6 engine, and on this one we doing the timing belt. Straightforward job. I'm just really, we're not gonna get into details on taking a job like it's tedious, not through like every bolt, through like every steps, but what I will show you is how to set the timing. You want the piston at #1 piston at TDC. I'll show you how to do that. I'll show you where the alignment marks at for the belt, the sprockets, and the crankshaft pulley, and also on the block side itself too. And I guess right now, he already got the drive belt off. Let me get the camera. We already jacked up. He got one wheel off. So right now, he's taking off the this side mount, and he got the jack supporter. I'm assuming you got a block underneath your jack that's underneath the oil pan, because they like to use aluminum pans. It don't matter if it's aluminum or metal, whatever. Put support under it, because you don't want to damage nothing. So you're doing that. So I guess afterwards, then you can start taking off the, you don't really have to a set order if you want to follow what they follow on the service manual, go ahead. But I done timing belts in the Acura, like a 05 Acura TL. I done ones in the other generation before that model, TL. I done a bunch of them on Honda Civics and Accords, whatever. They all the same thing to me, whatever. Done one, done them all, whatever. We do it in any order. But we're gonna take off the upper timing covers on both heads, both banks, and there's a lower cover. You'll be able to get that cover off once you remove this side mount. So I'm not gonna show y'all everything in details, whatever. But let us do what we do, and then we'll get to the part where I'll show you guys like how to set the timing and everything, and then we'll just go from there. Alright, so we got everything apart. So I guess Dread, you gonna start let's talk about the marks first, I guess, before we take off the tensioner. So basically everything, if we get to the bottom first, at the crank, pretty much there's a dot on the sprocket, which might be too light for you to see, but don't worry about the dot. You're gonna worry about your keyway, because the keyway and the dot is basically like on the same spline pretty much. And there is, I have pictures too, there's an arrow on the block side itself. You won't be able to see. Maybe if I could zoom in, I'll try. It won't work. You see that dot right, that arrow right there, and then you won't be able to see your keyway. Maybe if actually you can see the dot. This is a good camera on this sprocket. So those are going to be in the 12 o'clock position. They're going to be matching each other. And then we're going to go up top. Basically the sprocket is going to line up with this back side of this this cover right here, the cam cover right here. So you also see it's going to be at #1. So if it ain't is at 3, if it's at 4, it's not right. Make sure it's at 1. It's going to be lined up. And then you also have another mark in the back. If I can get it to focus correct, you won't be able to see it, but there's another notch. I'll have pictures. That's got to be lined up to the back side of the timing cover as well on the back. And then next, what Dreg gonna do, he gonna take off the that auto tensioner, and that's held in with 2 10mm bolts. If I could try to get it from the bottom where we can see. Let me I ain't the best camera, man. I don't never use this camera to film. You see up there. We already took out one, accidentally trying to take off the cover. So he's taking over the one that's left over. And that tensioner dropped. I said that one don't rotate. That's why. I'm stupid. But the last one I had was seized on it. That's the whole different story. So tensioner fell out. we're not worrying about that. Now the belt has no tension on it, and it can now be removed. So you can take it off any way you want. I don't even have to worry about the crank spinning. If it moves, it moves. Just rotate it back. You do have to worry about both these cams. They are spring loaded, so it could spring over, like 6 teeth over. Just be careful. You can just always rotate them back over. Don't be all scared of nothing. And you just go ahead and slip the belt off. Got too much lighting. Let me turn down the ISO. Alright, we good. And this is like a basic timing system. It ain't nothing like complicated. Don't let the body of the car or just the model, the brand intimidate you at all. You done one, you done them all for some people. And it's gonna fish it out through the bottom. You can't see that. That's a tight spot. I actually like how they got the belt wedged in there, because when I put the belt back on, I be needing something to keep the belt in place. It looked like they put like two, like maybe like some type of bracket or something welded and be like some type of design right in between here. If you notice right there and over there, keeps the belt in place. That's cool. I like that. And then we just have to worry about the top. Maybe if I got some paper clips or something like that, I can show you a cool trick. But I got zip ties, so that's gonna be even better. So we good up here. The belt is off. Alright, belt is off on both banks. So good time to do your water pump. That's what we're gonna do. Do the water pump. It's easy. Got some odd bolts. Make sure you get the it's another tensioner, a rotating type of, actually some type of pulley, the tensioner, that's what they call it. Whatever y'all call it what y'all want to call it. But make sure y'all take that off, and then you'll be able to get the water pump, rest of the water pump bolts off, and literally take like probably like an extra 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes to get the water pump off. The gasket comes off. Ain't too much of cleaning, because Honda, they don't, the maintenance service don't really get too much dirty like that, so that's a good thing. So I'm gonna take the camera off, and then I ain't gonna show y'all. Actually, I will show y'all how to pop this belt on, but it's gonna be like super dark. But I'll show you how to get the belt back on. That's easy. First things first, we got the belt off. We already got all the pulleys on. Everything is tightened. So you got this rotating pulley. That's works with the tensioner that keeps the pulley pressed up against the belt. It's gonna go around here. I got a diagram inside of the belt. The kit it came with, Continental kit, and got this other idler belt. This thing rotates weirdly. Is this tight right here, or we gotta tighten that? Let's tighten that now. We're gonna use out of here. This one got Saturn engine, Honda Ridgeline. It gave like different diagrams. All these engines 3.2. We got Odyssey, MDX. They all the same basically. You can use whatever. They all damn near the same. So I want to use one that got a 3.5 set up. Just do this one. See how this one is the same? Got the tensioner right there, and below the water pump is. We're gonna use this one, the one for the Honda Odyssey. All right, crazy how this car is a 2014, right? All right, so I want to put the belt at the bottom on the crank and go anywhere. Some belts are marked. In this case, it don't matter on this belt. I know I had a Subaru, they got a couple marks on there. You put it on a certain way. Luckily, it got like these two little things that stick out on the cover. That'll help to keep the belt in place. Usually what I would do is I would take like a little one of those office paper clips, like the black ones, and I would literally somehow, or I got the ones that you use, these red and black ones from like Harbor Freights, and I'll clip on the belt literally right onto the sprocket, and it'll work. Whatever you can do to keep this on at the bottom, because we gotta put the belt on in a way that we don't have tension. We don't have slack in like certain spots, so that's definitely like key. Let me put this back on where it was. Alright, so we had to kill the camera because little technical difficulties. I need Dred to hold the belt on one side. So pretty much you're gonna loop it around like how you put your belt on your pants. Each groove count, each little, like, you know, little rib or notch in the belt, whatever you want to call it, goes into the sprocket a certain way. Wrap it around is like you tying your shoe too, whereas you don't have any like slack that counts. So I came around from the right side, wrapped it around the water pump, the pulleys. Then I came over to this side. You notice I got the wrench on the sprocket, 17 millimeter. You might have to rotate it forward or backwards to get it to fit like into the groove of the belt, into the sprocket right. And then once you get that on, and see I'm holding my got my thumb right on the belt, because that way I don't want if anything moved, it's still in place. I don't have, the goal is not to have slack like right here, and then at the bottom. Only slack you really gonna have is probably right where the tensioner would be, because everything fits a certain way. It really ain't gonna be a lot of slack like that. So see how I'm kind of halfway on this pulley right here. Let me finish slotting it on. So if you see this mark right here, you can see if it's too bright. If you can want to zoom in, you can right there. Notch right here lines up to the back side of the cam cover. Then over here, if we can see, notch right there matches up to the back side of the cover. I can see it right there. Yeah, they can see. That matches there. And then we're gonna go down to the crank. 12 o'clock position. And we're on. Is just the hair off. That's not a problem. You can, when you start turning the crank, it'll just, everything is lined up. And we're still at TDC. Make sure you got your back plug out and the back sticker screwdriver in it. I'll tag a video in the description where you can watch where I stuck a long screwdriver in cylinder number 1, and we watched it go to TDC before we start taking the belt apart. So I'm leak auto repair. Make sure y'all get out of here. Man, I gotta get out of here. Make sure y'all like the video. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm just mumbling. Hit the like button. I'll be on Instagram all the time. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. If you are in the Philly area and you're in need of timing service, don't call me because your timing jump or it's all engine all messed up or whatever. Only call me because you want like maintenance or something like that, and you just want your water pump is leaking. But other than that, your timing components ain't bad. I just don't want anything too mechanical where your car is messed up, you messed it up because you didn't follow proper maintenance on it or whatever. Cool, you ain't setting me up for failure. But if you just need regular maintenance, be sure to take the job. You can find me on Instagram, inbox me, or you can email me. I reply to my email all the time. leakautorepair@gmail.com. You can get with me. And y'all can follow Wrench and Dred. I'll be sure to tag him too. Y'all can get with him too if y'all can't get through me or whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll holler at y'all. Alright, so if I left out a step. This is very important. So your battery tied down is 2 hooks. You can use one of the hooks from the battery tied down. There's a hole right here, if you can see right here. If you can screw right on there, if you got a long ass 10 millimeter bolt, you can put that in there, and all this is going to do is push down on the tensioner, so that way you can get the belt onto the pulley. Make sure you got your auto tensioner in too. I know I said don't put it in, but listen to me, put the auto tensioner in there, because I don't know, last time I somehow got it on, we're putting the auto tensioner on last, and I remember using a pry bar. It was a complicated job. It was a hard time. But this one is simple because we got this tool. We're gonna go ahead and start dialing it in. Hopefully we can see. Nothing still. Can we see? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start screwing it in. I might have to grab like a wrench or something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab something to clock this in more. Definitely. Let me see if I can get something. Don't be like me, use a long ass 10 millimeter bolt. I'm almost could get it on there. I just gotta keep rotating it. Maybe one more spin. Let me see if that helped. Alright, we on there. So, I know the grenade pin popped out. I'll put it back in there. And battery post tool is definitely key. If you got a long ass 10mm bolt, make sure you use that. I'm going to spin this pulley, actually doing tire assembly. I'm going to rotate it twice and make sure my markings are on, make sure they all fall in the same spot. I might spin it 4 times for GP, and then it's good and start putting everything back together. So that's it. So I'll holla at you.